In Kingdom Hearts 3's epilogue, we see the setup of the next saga and the key figures on the side of darkness. 7 pieces which seem to align perfectly with the words of the Master of Masters at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts back cover.
Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
On the board, closer analysis gives us some interesting information already about the next saga. I'm going to name off the pieces on the board from bottom to top, as this is the only shot in which we get to view all of the pieces. So we start at the bottom with Hased, then Master Ira, then Luxu, then the Master of Masters, then Master Envy, Master Gula, and Master Ava at the very top. 7 just as the Master claimed. I wanted to point out an interesting detail though. The piece that's meant to represent Luxu is the same emblem on the Station of Awakening in Kingdom Hearts Key. Is it possible that some of the wielders were granted the Keyblade by Luxu instead of the Master of Masters, and player character will be revealed to be one of them? Also, is it possible the theory that the foretellers are divided parts of the Master of Masters' heart is wrong and they're actually all parts of Luxu? This could explain why he and the Master of Masters wear black coats, and Luxu does apparently seem special, as I went back to back cover and found this line from Master Ira.
But without you or Luxu, to form and maintain our own unions it's a little unnerving.
That without the Master of Masters and Luxu, could the idea of leaving the 5 unions to the foretellers actually work? Now that's not a direct quote, but that's pretty much what she was going for. Is it possible that Luxu and the Master of Masters do not share a parent-child relationship like I previously thought, but a relationship in which Luxu was experimented on by the Master of Masters, creating the foretellers? This doesn't seem outside of the realm of possibility, as Luxu helped apprentice Xehanort with the experiments that created Ansem, Xemnas, and the rest of the nobodies within Kingdom Hearts 305 Days Over 2 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and that eventually became the 13 Seekers of Darkness. This may also explain the stuff that happened to Luxu that caused him to cast his old form away, as he mentions in the epilogue. Maybe with such a fractured heart, his body was fading, hence the black coat. But that's just some food for thought. But the real theory we're here for is the light side of the board. We see Ericus place down the sword piece from the first game, and then we get the typical Reconnect Kingdom Hearts scene. But what about the rest? Well, we know that Kingdom Hearts being summoned and opened will lead to the return of the Master of Masters. But if the Master's goal is to reach Kingdom Hearts or even destroy it or simply meet the goddess within it, he's going to need the ultimate key, the Keyblade. So surely the roles will be reversed, 7 pieces of darkness and 13 pieces of light. I've also heard about the idea of the 7 dark pieces being the 7 sins, and of course the 10 commandments being the new lights, or 10 new chess pieces of light. I think that that's a cool idea. It's a damn cool idea, as of course it subvert expectations, you know. I think when a lot of people saw the epilogue, they thought 7 dark, 13 light. It's just a reverse, right? But I think that it would be cool if they really did go with this 10 commandment idea that a lot of people are proposing, because obviously it would be like a new fresh spin and the number would be a bit more balanced. Like partially something that, like, going into Kingdom Hearts 3 that I was worried about is the way how there was almost like double the amount of Seekers than there was to Guardians. So I thought, like, you know, the whole idea of what we saw, to where it was like 2 of them jumping like individual Seekers, Mickey and Riku specifically, it was like, damn dude, they're gonna get fucked up, but it didn't wind up happening that way. But I think to get that outcome, a setup in which the Keyblade was broken a second time and would need to occur. Meaning, no well done scene or passing the X-Blade to Sora, but Xehanort gets defeated, breaking the Keyblade, and Kingdom Hearts gets to judge the world or become lost to darkness once again. Holy shit, wait a minute. Didn't Ventus and Vanitas destroy the X-Blade a second time? Wait, didn't Master Aqua destroy the Keyblade a second time? No way, dudes. Could they really pull from these scenes and build the next plot off these events? Like, I'm genuinely fucking hyped right now. So here's my theory. I believe that whether they go with 13 or 10, we now have a grand total greater than the original 7. This means the presence of the Union leaders we felt is the beginning of the next set of hurt characters that Sora will have to find and fix. Getting back the lights of the past, Ephemera, Scold, Ventus, Laurium, and Brain, with Ventus already being recovered. This is what makes me believe Yozora could be Brain, but there is no concrete evidence besides their style of clothes, which I don't believe is a coincidence. I just can't believe that. This style is specifically the Kingdom Hearts 3 style. No one else comes even remotely close to this within the Age of Fairy Tales, so I guess their presence wasn't forced after all, huh? But that's pretty much going to wrap up everything that I have to say about the new chess game. I love the idea of the 7 sins versus the 10 commandments, but I think, like, you know, with the box, damn it, with the box, there's also like representation of the number of 20. The box may have something to do with the Keyblade. Maybe the only true Keyblade is within the box. Possibly, I feel like that's going to be what happens at this point, because at this point we've seen the Keyblade that Master Xehanort and Vanitas got. That Keyblade has been defeated like 2 times. Bringing it back for a third go, it's going to really start to feel redundant, bringing it back for a third go. Even in the hands of the Master of Masters, unless this motherfucker is going to be cutting through legitimate worlds, like unless he's going to be cutting through planets in the hands of the Master of Masters, I just don't see how they can hype up the X-Blade again for another go. We've seen it at the beginning of Birth by Sleep. We've seen it with Birth by Sleep, and now we've seen it within Kingdom Hearts 3. And in both times it was defeated. And this time, unlike the time with Vanitas, Kingdom Hearts was actually opened and it still was defeated. So even with the power of Kingdom Hearts, even though it wasn't completed by the time Master Xehanort was defeated, of course, with the power of Kingdom Hearts channeling through the X-Blade, as we can assume it probably does, as it's a counterpart according to Xehanort, it still was defeated. So I don't think that they can bring it back for another go. I think that they should probably do something like, oh, that X-Blade wasn't the true X-Blade. The true X-Blade is within the box, and this is why Luciu couldn't open it, because hell, if somebody found out that there was the true X-Blade in the box, they could always just get their hands on it and then change the world. That could also explain the whole new world, Skylight Kylum and stuff like that, the nexus for all worlds. It could also explain how the Master of Masters was able to create a world line as stated by Luciu, but that's more details, of course, that are not really set in stone yet and that we just have to wait for. So let me know what you guys think about this theory. Do you think we're going to get the 10 commandments or the 13 seekers? Do you think that, of course, these 7, I obviously think Alva is going to fall off from the 7. And what do you think about Luciu's piece, man? I was really thinking that they were probably just gonna go back with the Ram piece again, but it's going to like not be the main piece or the central piece or the king piece. I was thinking that it was just going to be like, you know, a supporting piece like a rook or something, or the bishop. But it seems like they obviously went ahead and reverted Luciu's piece to the same emblem that looks a lot like the Keyblade on the Station of Awakening within Kingdom Hearts Key. This also brings a lot of questions as well, because Charity mentions the Master of Masters when player character is summoned, when player character gets their hands on the power of the Keyblade. Charity mentions the Master of Masters, though that could have been a detail that was introduced into the series to kind of like try and trick people up, in which they think the Master of Masters granted player character the Keyblade, but we're gonna find out in due time it was actually Luciu, who may actually have plans for player character, which may be why that character is the only character whose presence we don't feel within Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, we feel everybody else. I think we definitely feel everybody else. Marluxia, Subject X is more than likely Scold. We feel it within the story with Isa, Lee, and Ansem the Seeker of Darkness and Ansem the Wise. We feel the presence of, did I say Ephemera already? So Ephemera, Scold, the star potentially being Strelitzia, Marluxia, I think I mentioned Marluxia, I think that's who it was. And then Ventus. So with Ventus, obviously he's now back awake. I feel like the only character we haven't seen is Brain, and I definitely feel Yozora being Brain is what they're going to pull. Something happened to Brain that caused him to look the way he does now. He's forgotten about the Keyblade and all of the jazz and stuff from the past, just like all of the rest of the characters, and this is who he has become into Yozora. But there's no evidence to truly prove that outside of the fact that he dresses so much like Kingdom Hearts 3 designs already within the Age of Fairy Tales, and nobody else looks like this man. So this isn't a trend or some kind of cool style of clothes that motherfuckers wear within the Age of Fairy Tales. There's some correlation between the way Brain dresses and fucking Yozora. And fucking Yozora, man. But let me know what you guys think. This has been your boy Mozzie. Don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace the heck out. Alright, phone, I'm finna kick your ass.